Hello, bom dia a todos. Hello, everyone. We are in a hybrid event, so we have people here and people at home. I will speak in English because most of the people that are hearing us only speak in English or they understand English. So for us to make a more accessible event, we are trying to persuade everyone to speak in English, but it's not mandatory. So if you make your own option. So welcome everyone to Lisbon, the persons that are here and the ones that are online. We will be recording the event, so if you don't want your image to be recorded, please tell us so we can delete it later. This is a big project that we are now opening. We started thinking about this in 2015, me and Marta Pratt, which is here next to me. I don't know where the events are. And it's been a long journey to get to this point and to have this event. And we were unlucky, as everyone else, to find COVID in the middle of the way. And in the last week, we have informatic attack to our system at the University of Lisbon. So this is a big effort to be here today with everyone, and I hope everything will be all right and run in the best mood for everyone. So I think Martin will talk a bit about the program and the objectives of the event, and Mafalda too. Thank you all for being here and welcome to the Faculty of Fine Arts, which has a big plaster collection, and I hope that you will see it in person. If not today, maybe someday that you come to Lisbon and we will show you our collections anytime. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Once again, welcome. Welcome those here and at home. My name is Ana Mafalda. I was involved at the organization of this Congress as well. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the program. Then I'm going to leave Marta to talk about the idea of the Congress, how it was born. So our program is divided in different topics and thematics, from teaching to artistic production, conservation, restoration, art history, and preservation and museology. So it's a lot of different topics, but we try to organize it with the same panel, so it will be easier for our sessions and for you to watch it. And once again, we have a lot of communication. It wasn't easy, but we have 11 countries represented, different countries represented at this International Congress, which is huge for the first time that we are doing it, for our first edition. And once again, welcome. I'm not going to take more time. I'm going to leave to Marta to speak about the idea.
Good morning to everyone in person and online. The idea is my fault because I work in Plaster for 21 years. And when I begin in this house to start be a teacher, I saw a big storage of the plaster sculpture. So like Alice said, in 2013, we thought in this Congress, and now finally, even the COVID won't stop us, they don't stop. So I want to thank you to be comprehensive with all the problems that we have. It's not easy. We are 3 teachers. We are give classes, and the same time we do this, and it was very difficult. I want to say we have here 11 different countries. So thank you very much for your participation. It's a huge congress, I think. And I think in these 3 days, I go learn a lot with all of you. And I know this is the beginning, but I want to challenge one of you in person and online to, in the end, want to maybe 2 years make another Congress of the Plasters in another country. and we help, of course. We don't want to stop this idea. We want this idea continues to all the world. So here the challenge to one of you. So to finish, I want to say welcome to Portugal, welcome to Lisbon, welcome to Faculty of Fine Art of the University of Lisbon, and enjoy of 3 days in the Congress of the Art of Plaster. Thank you very much for your participation and welcome. And, one thing, I call the first
Session, yeah.
yeah, the first section, and the shaman, please, Professor Jorge Reis. And I want to say one thing. The image of the Congress is the professor here. This image of the Congress, it was made by Professor, and we changed a lot of emails together, and I think you can see, Professor, join us, and you can see this image is a plaster cast, and this is the mold of the cellulose. The marks of the molds is in this picture. So thank you very much for this image of the Congress.
You're welcome.
And to finish the presentation, our president, Professor Fernando António Batista Pereira, is finished and give the welcome to all of you.
Sorry to be a little late, but I'm very happy to be here. This Congress was staged by all of us since some years ago, because it was already thought, I think, before the pandemic began. Then we kept on organizing it, and finally we come to the point and to the beginning of this Congress. It is very important for the academies of art to keep their collections fit, not only duly conserved, but also duly studied. Our collection, fortunately, has already been studied in four PhD theses, which is quite important. It has also been studied by several students doing conservation work and conservation master theses, master dissertations about some of the items and some of the authors that are represented in the collection. So I cherish very much all these activities, because I think this is also very important for a school of art. The schools of art are not only for artists, designers, but also conservators of the heritage conservators. I think this is quite an important issue and should not be discarded by the art academies around the world, especially if they have the collections that we have also here. And I suppose many of you coming from foreign countries will have the kind of collections we have here, the exact same kind of collections we have here. Of course, the collections we are studying now are the same kind in all academies, because they were part of teaching drawing, teaching sculpture, teaching painting, of course, too. The other kind of collections are totally different, because they belong to the tradition of their own schools. Like this one also, because many of the items belong to the professors that taught during many decades in this faculty, and did many of the public monuments that are still on, and you can see them in the squares of Lisbon and everywhere in the country, because this school is not only a school for Lisbon, it is a school for Portugal, because, and beyond even, because Portugal during several decades or several centuries was a colonial empire. It was the capital of a colonial empire. So many buildings and also many sculptures were made for the colonies and still are there by the professors that were professors in this same school. We also have many items of the collection that belong to the Portuguese heritage, namely things from the Middle Ages, things from the 16th century and even later that were considered masterpieces of Portuguese art, and they were molded in order to be kept for drawing, for studying. And so I think I give my best considerations to Marta and her pupils, because they have been studying them and restoring them, and some of them are shown in the corridors and in the alleys of the faculty. So I hope this Congress will be a step forward in order to study this kind of collections in the academic world and in the art schools, and look forward to be with you next Wednesday when you are going to visit the collections. I will also be with you, and in that moment we can speak and talk about the issues that are concerned in this Congress. Welcome, and a very good week, or not week, but 3 days of very good work. Thank you very much.